Tell us about the first time you had a colonoscopy.
The first time I had a colonoscopy,
Yeah.
I was around 18 years old, so that would have been early 2000s. Booked in, you have your couple of days of prep where you can only eat white foods and you can only eat... That was all fine. But I got to the moment where I had to drink the solution and holy shit, this was the worst tasting crap I've ever had. It tasted like you'd run down and grab 2 litres of seawater from the ocean and I had to down that. I could not keep it down. Like I was vomiting, I was mixing it with Coke, I was mixing it with apple juice, I was mixing it with orange juice, I was vomiting, I was then giving it another go. And I was shit scared, pardon the pun, that I was going to get there and have the old tube up the Khyber Pass and can't do it. It's too blocked. And I was petrified. I was like,
So how much did you actually get through though?
About 1.5 litres of salt water. It was the worst tasting garbage I've ever had. And I was scarred. I didn't think I was about to get another one. Pleasingly, when I had another one about 10 years later, I was so worried, but this was just so much nicer.
Well, I've only had one colonoscopy and it was recent. And I do know that they have improved the solution. I wasn't that thrilled with it, but I didn't have to do the old one. And I know that the original one, like that 2 litres, was disgusting.
Bad. I would, and I think I saved a bit of money because I had the 2 for 1. I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy at the same time.
Which one did they do first?
I think the endoscopy. No, they did the colonoscopy, and that's why I woke up with a shitty taste in my mouth. That's right.
Terrible. So why did you have to have a colonoscopy?
Because I had an irritable bowel. Everything irritated it in terms of foods I ate, and you go to the toilet and you have blood in your feces, or you look down and you're holy crap, it's red.
It's a funny one because a lot of guys do say that they get blood when they go to the toilet, but they don't go to the doctor because it's one of those embarrassing things about going to a doctor when you've got blood. And yet bowel cancer is actually something we see in men in their 20s. It's actually quite frightening how many don't know that. So that it's really important, I think, that people do recognise the signs. But I guess you grew up in a house where your mum was a nurse. Did that help?
Yes and no, but you still got to bite the bullet and go to the doctor and say, look, mate, I'm shit and blood. And he says, glove on, finger up the old digit. And you can't, that's not much fun.
Well, it's not much fun for us either. But
no, well, that might be the case. But how many times you walk out going, oh, geez, that was good? You just don't.
I do think it's a really good message though, because a lot of people do put off going to the doctor for bleeding. I've actually done a video on this, and there's an amazing young guy I've become good mates with called Hugo Tuvey, who's got an amazing story of surviving bowel cancer, and he was only in his 20s when that was diagnosed. So I think it's a really important thing. He's got a very strong message about getting checked. But I'll put some links in the description below for anybody who wants to check those out, and we can certainly answer any questions that people have in future episodes.